Alright, so as many of you know, older firearms like the M1 Garand are not quite as intuitive on how to disassemble and reassemble them as a much more modern firearm is. So this video is geared towards those of you who have an M1 Garand and would like to learn how to disassemble and reassemble it, or those of you that have already disassembled it and can't figure out how to put it back together. So at this point in the video, pause it. If you have a sling on your rifle, take it off. It's just going to be in the way for the rest of this. But now we're going to get into it. All right, so at this point, you've got your rifle. You're going to want to flip it over. Your trigger guard, whether you have a milled one like this one or a stamped one, you're going to want to either use a bullet, a piece of wood, or your fingers and just pull it back towards the buttstock in this direction and lift up on it. From here, you can just pull out your trigger group and set it aside. Some of you, your M1s are a little bit tighter. Mine, the stock can come right off without having to bang it around. So that's kind of nice for this. And right now, you've got the stock off and you've got to start disassembling some of the internal parts. So you're going to want to take out the operating rod spring. It is under tension, so you want to keep your hands on it, otherwise it'll launch across the room. Take the spring out, and from here, turn it on its side. You can see there's a little pin here. From this side, that's where the pin comes through. You can either use a punch or just a bullet and push it out, and your follower pin will come out. Now you can start removing the follower as well as the bullet guide, and everything should come out. All right, from here you've got your follower, and the follower slide is attached to it. Your bullet guide and your follower arm, as well as the operating catch. At this point, you're going to want to pull your operating rod back. Here, it can be a little bit tricky, so you want to pull the operating rod back to where this point is on the slide so that you can pull out and then you can turn it down away and you can take the whole operating rod out. From here you can take the bolt and remove it from the gun if it wants to come out. Alright, so now we're at the front. So here's where you've got to take out your gas cylinder lock screw. So either you have one of these ones that's a Phillips, or you have the flat one. The older ones before the end of the war had the flat, and after were the Phillips style. So there is a tool that's available online, or you can use a tool that comes with the gun to take that out. Or if you don't have anything like that available, like I don't right at the moment, you can use a screwdriver that's made of a material that's softer than the steel. So this is an aluminum screwdriver, and I'm just going to get that started. And now unscrew it all the way out. Set it aside. Now this is your gas cylinder lock. You're gonna turn that off because it's threaded and it'll come right off. So here, now you can actually take your gas cylinder off. It might be a little bit tight because in the right below the front sight, there's little grooves here that it slides into. So use a rubber mallet or a block of wood and tap on the sight and it'll come right off. Now you can take part of your handguard off. Now, if for some reason you actually need to remove this part of the handguard, there is a small pin in here that holds this in place. You're going to either need a center punch, or you can get it started with a bullet and just push it out with a pin, and that comes out. Okay, so it probably is going to be very tight on here, and you might need a mallet again, because this is not something that was standard to take off, especially in cleaning. All right, you got it free. And get that off. Now, this top portion of the handguard, it does have these little metal brackets that go into an indent into the barrel. So you have to pull forward on them, on the whole piece, to get it off. At this point, it's completely disassembled as far as you're ever going to need to for cleaning. Now to put it back together. Go in the reverse order, get this handguard. Gotta get it so it lines up. Slide it in place. This piece, you're going to want where the pin is facing towards the receiver. Fit it in, and now put the pin back in. Front portion of the handguard, the gas cylinder and front sight, now this has grooves in it on the barrel, and it can only go one way. Your gas cylinder lock, screw it back on. Now, you may not continue to get it to line perfectly up. Turn it back where you can get your gas cylinder lock screw in. And when you do, you'll tighten it down and it'll pull that front sight post flush with it. All right. Now we can put our operating rod back in. Huh. Come on. And our bolt. All right, here's this part. So you're going to want to put your follower back in to this groove and let it down. You're going to take your operating catch. Down in here is this little spring, and you want to get that arm underneath of that. This little arm here has to go under it. Take your bullet guide and stick it under here, under this, and into this little groove. Take your follower arm and stick it into the follower. Now you got to line all these holes up to get this pin back in. All right, now that that's in, put your spring back in. this portion goes down. Get it back under there. You can put your stock back on. Stick your trigger group back in, and now just push it down into place. At this point, rifle's reassembled, and you're going to check for function. So what I'm going to do is take an end block clip with a singular snap cap. You don't even have to do this, but I'm going to make sure there's a primer strike. So letting it ride home. Put the safety on, make sure the safety works. Pull the trigger. Now let's pull out this. And yep, there's a primer strike. And we're good to go. It's all the way back together. Hey, if you like videos like this and you would like to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.